Welcome back to Dynamic Touch. Today's video we are going to be playing with flames. Yes, you heard right, flames, fiery flames. Recently, I came across a video on Insider Edition that was posted a while back, and basically they were showcasing the use of fire to destroy split ends. This method is often seen in some parts of Brazil and even some parts of the Philippines as well. And then after doing some research, I later found another video that fully explained the flaming, fiery method of destroying split ends. It was more detailed. So apparently the Inside Edition's form of using fire to destroy split ends is apparently wrong. So I thought it would be interesting to use the correct way of destroying split ends with fire on type 4 textured hair. Before the video starts, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, I want to introduce to you my hair. So this is my hair. Yes, I recently flat ironed it. So if you guys are interested, you like what you see, please go over to thewaitingroomnhb.com. I officially have put out a flat iron manual guide to help you guys out. So I often get asked once people see my hair, they're wondering, how do you get your hair so straight and sleek? I want to answer all your questions, but it's overwhelming all at once. So I did come out with a guide. And so all the questions to these answers that you guys are absolutely wondering about is over in that guide. So make sure you do check it out. So if you guys are interested, please make sure you go over to thewaitingroomnhb.com and go check out that guide. Yeah, thank you. So here's what we're gonna do. I found a really good tutorial that explains everything that we're gonna need to do for this process. But before we get into that, I wanna come out with my goals. So here are the goals. Number 1, I'm gonna look under the microscope. So here's my microscope, my handy dandy microscope. We're gonna be checking for split ends because that's what we wanna demolish, split ends. Number 2, we will be applying the fire to the split ends. Then number 3, we'll be checking the hair, whether the split ends have been removed or whether they're still in existence using this microscope. And then number 4, we will be flat ironing the hair to see whether there's been a change in the condition of the hair strands and whether it's gonna be smooth and silky and sleek. Sounds good? Sounds good to me. But as you guys can see, I newly flat ironed my hair, so no way am I applying additional heat to my hair. But I do have someone that's willing to try this out. She looks familiar, you've seen her before. Hey guys, we're back, and here's my lovable sister. We brought her. She volunteered to get rid of her split ends, correct?
No.
Anyway, she was in the process of unleashing her twist because she's had her twist in for 4 weeks, correct?
Yeah, I've had my twist in for about a month and I'm about to re-flat iron my hair. I normally heat train. If you see me around on this channel, I heat train a lot. So
yeah, but
we're here to talk about heat training, right?
She already volunteered to have me cut her split ends because she's ready to flat iron her hair. So since she gave me that option, I'm here to do that. I'm here to take up on that offer, right?
I don't think I did. I don't even know. Wait, first of all, no one told me we were filming today. And second of all, I don't even know what the heck she's talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Do you remember now with this?
No. What the? Who gave you this idea? No. Why would I volunteer for that?
You remember? You volunteered.
I didn't say with fire. Give me that. So what does it entail that I do?
Don't worry. I'll tell you the steps. You just have to sit
but
here and look
what are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the flamethrower to get rid of your split ends. Your hair has to be wet, and since you already started untwisting your hair.
Twist.
Yeah, since you already started untwisting your hair, this time is perfect. Come on.
Okay, I got an idea. Hold on, 1 second. I took my hair and I taped it together.
This is your hair?
Yes.
How?
So basically what I did, right? So I took my hair and I put it on tape. I took my shed hair and I put some tape around it. And so if that can work, then you can do it on my own hair. If it doesn't work, then you can't do it on my own hair. So I'm not going on camera until you figure that out.
And if I wet it, it's gonna turn kinky?
Yes, when you wet it, it'll turn kinky. That's how you know. That's a real 4 textured tape in extensions. So yeah, I'm not going on camera and you will not be touching my hair with fire until that works out. So when you wash that and you do this whole technique, if that turns out to be good, then you can do it on my hair. But until then, until it's proven I'm gonna go continue to.
Okay, let's shake on it.
We shake? Okay.
Considering that last time you didn't remember that you volunteered.
We shake on it, okay? I did not volunteer last time.
So if this works, I can do your hair.
Yes. Try it on there first.
We are going to start off with this first, and then if all things go good and planned, we will then take it on to my sister's head of hair. But for now, we'll use this. So right now, I'm gonna take the microscope and we're gonna look at the ends of the hair and try to spot out the split ends. So for more of a visual op, I'm going to hold the bundle up against this white piece of paper so we can see the end clearly underneath the microscope. I'm gonna use this microscope and test it against my arm, and let's see what it displays. Wow. There's really a lot of skin cells. Now I'm gonna try it against the hair to look for split ends. What is that? It's like red thread. Okay. But that's not what we're looking for, so let's keep searching. Wait. What is that? Split or just... Okay, I just saw one split end, so I'm gonna try and focus on the ends. This is very difficult, so let's keep searching. Okay. What is that? That kind of looks like a split end. Look at that, that's a split end right there. Okay, or it's a knot of some sort. I don't know what that is. Okay, I was searching down below, but I'm not finding much. So I'm gonna try a little bit higher, and then we can work our way down. We gotta work in a systematic scheme over here. It's rough. Like looking for gold in the gold mine. Okay, what is that? Oh, what are these things? Like 2 of them over here. Okay. Continue. I have to say, as my sister is, if you guys don't know, my sister is heat trained. So basically with using a high amount of heat, one would expect a high count of split ends, but under this microscope it is really tough finding these split ends. Okay, after searching, there's minimal amount of split ends within this bundle. So now I'm going to wet the hair, and then the part that you guys been waiting for, torch this bundle up. So here's the bundle, and I'm gonna be washing it with the Ordinary, and this is the cleanser. So that's what I'm gonna use. Gonna work it into the strands. Actually liquidy, so this is not a bad shampoo. What is it called? I do a little bit of finger retangling. Second dabble of shampoo. The shampoo session has been completed, so that's good. We can now see the curl pattern. This is definitely her hair, and it's definitely heat trained. You can see the curl pattern, the looseness down below here, and the coarseness up here. So you can see the line of demarcation. All right, so right now the hair is shrinking, is really getting tighter. So before the hair completely shrinks on itself, I'm gonna go back and then we're gonna go do the flame method. The hair has dried before we even started, so I'm going to wet it again. Make sure it's sopping wet very soaked, and then we'll hit it with the fire. Okay, there we go. Now that I have re-wet the hair, I'm gonna quickly watch the tutorial of how to do this correctly, and then we'll continue on with the process.
So during the process, the hair is twisted tightly after being wet down. I take about 1 to 1.5 inch sections and pull the hair down. And
so now I have to quickly comb through this hair as fast as possible, twist it at the same time, and make sure I'm doing it tightly and combing as I'm going to get rid of any knots. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And the hair is very still much wet. So it's very wet still.
I comb it as I'm twisting so that there's no loops. Because if you burn a loop off, you'll burn like a chunk off. And then you run the fingers up and down the hair. What that does is it pops out all those split ends. And as you can see, just the split ends is what's being burned off. It's not any...
So basically she's running her fingers along the hair trying to pull out the split end. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. And that's what I'm going to do. And then afterwards, she just torched those. See the ends of the hair just poking out? That's what I'm gonna use I'm gonna have the fire run along there. But let's finish watching the video so I know that I'm doing everything correctly.
Of the actual chunks of hair being burned off. So you just burn off just the split ends and then drop the piece as the very end of it is burning so that it gets all those end ones. And then you move on to the next section. So as the next section is being done, you do the same exact thing. You twist it, and if it's dried out at all, just make sure you wet it down again. So you see here, we're burning again. Just go up and down the hair until you get all of the split ends. Sometimes I have to go back up to the top again. And just continue to do that. The whole entire head is done in little sections like this. And the benefits of hair burning are not only getting rid of the split ends and adding shine, but like when you trim your hair, you cannot cut way up in the top unless you're cutting all your hair off. And so you're missing all of those split ends that are all the way up, and so the hair becomes dull and it needs some shine added back to it. So this just takes all those dull split ends off and it adds a lot of shine back into the hair. It makes the hair less tangly, and it's overall just an awesome process. So there's the
results
finished
are
product.
good. So the hair is just damp now. I'm gonna re-wet it. Can't believe it's drying already. So yeah. Okay, so it's already twisted. I'm gonna do what she did to get the little hairs back up. Okay, now it's time for torching. Okay, there's the flame. I'm gonna do the ends. Ooh, it smells stinky. There you go. Now there's little black things at the end, kind of like a scab. So like here, all throughout. So I think I burnt the hair. There is it's like the hair has lightened in color at the ends, especially over here. And you can see it throughout. It's changed color. So the hair is black. It's turning a tannish brown at the ends. And then you also have like black, tiny balls of blackness at the end. So I'm thinking that's the split end is shriveled up. So now that we're done with this portion, let's look at the hair under the microscope and see if there's any changes. Okay, so it's a little hard to see, so I'm gonna untangle the hair. and I'll show you guys the end results. So again, guys, we're looking for split ends and the condition of the hair after searing it with fire. The hair really looks glossy now that it's wet. You see that? That's black charredness. And that right there is a water droplet. So, just so you guys can see. Okay. Another water droplet. That looks like a split end. See right there? Split end. So, still present. Okay, let's look at the ends of the hair. That is still split right there. You see it? It's like pointed. Your hair is not supposed to be pointed at the end. Okay, I'm trying to chase it down for you guys. I don't know what that is. Okay, right there. You can see it. It's split. You see? Wow, look at that split end. Still present. But I wonder, is it split from before or is it split because I charred it down with fire? I don't know. Okay, let's look at the conditions of the ends. Wow, can't even see anything. It's a lot of webbing. So let's further uncoil it. It's like little stray pieces over here. Interesting. Okay. I see a little water pocket. That's what the ants roll over into their village. That little pocket of that little pocket of water. That's what the ants be rolling around. It's kind of interesting. You can see the charred residue of the hair in there as well, and on this piece of hair strand right there. So this burnt hair for you. Yeah, more burnt hair. Okay. Oh, you see the little diblet at the end? Where is it? Go back, go back. Right there. I guess that's the split end charred off on that bit. Okay, you can see it right there. And here's another one. Alright. I think this is important to show you guys, but there's little pieces of breakage. See? Ooh. Is it broken off? Alright. Now that the hair is washed, the split ends are removed, we are now going to flat iron the hair.
Cause I want something deeper. If I'ma find a keeper. Not saying I'm some genius, but I'm smart enough to know I'm worth fighting for. Yeah, I want something deeper. If I find him, I'ma keep him. Not saying I'm some genius, but I'm smart enough to know I'm worth fighting for.
Sadly, guys, because I used fire and torched my sister's hair, the entire house smells like burnt. Just burnt. And the hair smells burnt as well. So we gotta wash this hair really well because the scent is atrocious. Feels the same. This shampoo is really good, so my hand is gliding through it. Oh, what is that? I see loose hair strands in the palms of my hands. That's the hair strands I'm losing. That's a little bit of right there. Washes, now it's the conditioner. Okay, this is the condition of the hair fully washed. If it looks better than the before, just let me know down below in the comment section. But this is the final result. And now we're gonna head over and flat iron it. Okay, now that I'm done shampoo and conditioning the hair, I did note that the hair is very smooth, and it could have been possibly due to the fire, but also it could have been due to using the ordinary shampoo and conditioner. Side note guys, it's a really good conditioner and really good shampoo. They're both, I would recommend, 2 thumbs up. So while shampoo and conditioning, I also noted that the hair was shedding, and you guys saw I did take a montage of that. Basically, I think for that reasoning is because that was the shed hair that the fire had totally burnt off. I think the stray hairs were actually the split ends that were being removed. Because now that I'm through, I can actually feel that the hair is smoother and I don't see the split ends or those black dots. Right now, I'm gonna flat iron the hair. I'm gonna be using the Carnier flat iron. It's not too expensive, not too cheap. It's basically a regular flat iron that you'll pick up at your local grocery, department store, etc. I turned the flat iron on. It's now set to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just gonna go through and comb it a little bit. Get rid of any knots or tangles. One more time. I'm gonna be using the chasing method, but with my fingers. I don't have a comb. Okay, let's apply the flat iron. Alright, so that's after one pass. Not too bad, guys, right? Not too shabby. And this is on heat trained hair, type 4. I'm gonna hit it with 2 passes. Second time. Wow, look at that. Pretty smooth, eh? So I'm feeling the texture of the hair, and let me see. It's smooth, but I am feeling a little bit of, like, it's not knotting, but a little bit of coarseness. And that's because some of the hair has been sealed off at the ends. If you look really close, you can tell, and that's probably where the split ends were burnt off. It like sealed it off, a little black sealant at the end. Probably why it feels like that. But for the most part, it's pretty smooth and it moves. Now that I'm done, let's look at the hair under the microscope and see if we can notice a change. Yo, Stan, give me my hair back. So again, I'm placing it against the white background so guys can get a good view of the hair. Okay, let's see if it smells. Actually, it smells okay. A hint of a charred, but not really. Yeah, not too bad. Flat iron hair. That's what it smells like. It looks so beautiful. It looks so pretty. The hair does look shinier, if I do say so myself. Looks really good. Look at that gloss. Okay. So you see this hair? It looks like a stub. Let me go back. Oh well, can't see it. Okay, this hair has been sealed off. It's not split. See, it's thick from the bottom to the top. So that's probably where a split end used to exist, and now it's been sealed off. Keep that in mind. Let's continue. The hair looks like shiny black thread. And the shine, guys, after using these 2 products plus also the fire, I guess the fire actually helped with the shine of the hair, because the hair has like an iridescent feel to it. It's like shiny. I'm getting glistening. So that also is a plus. Look at the shine. I guess that's where a split end used to exist. And it's split. Split end has dropped off and now it's sealed. It's hiding back there. I'm trying to get it closer. There's one right there. See it? That little nub. Yep. Let's continue. The hair looks like leather ropes. Tiny leather ropes. See? It is that little blunt end where the hair has been cauterized. That's basically what happened. Anyways, let's continue. Now, over here, I don't know what that is. Is that a split end? Was that where the hair burnt off? It's browned. It looks torched. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's continue. Oh, here's one split end I missed. Okay. Alright, here's another blunt end. Here's another blunt end. Okay. Here's another blunt end. You can start to see a pattern. It's like a little, another blunt end. Another blunt end. And that's probably where I was feeling the roughness. That's probably where it's coming from. See, another 3 blunt ends in one pick. Not too bad. Okay, that looks like a split end right there. So here's my final take on the fire method using type 4 hair. The hair is very shiny, if I don't say so myself. It's really shiny due to either or a combination of both. The fire method plus the ordinary shampoo and conditioner. The conditioner from that line is very light. So it's not like a cream-based conditioner. So something that would weigh down the hair. No, it's absolutely something light. It feels like a gel consistency, both the shampoo and the conditioner. Like I said, the hair is very shiny. It is smooth, but I am feeling, what I'm feeling when I rub my fingers against the hair is the little nubs that were attached after I applied the fire. So once the fire hit the hair, it kind of sealed off the hair at that end and then created a little stub at the end. So I'm feeling those stubs as I rub my fingers against the hair. So I don't think the nubs at the end of the hair is really an actual bad situation going on. As I bend the hair forward and try to look for split ends, I don't see any split ends. They've been sealed off completely, so that's a good benefit. Only under the microscope that I see 1 or 2 split ends that were missed. While you're doing the process, you have to twirl the hair around and then push the hairs forward. So, I mean, of course, it's possible to miss a few split ends. For the most part, this was a good method. No longer am I seeing any breakage or shedding like I did while washing the hair. At this point, the hair is intact. It's strong. Do I think this method of eliminating split ends is great for type 4 textured hair? No, and the reason why is because this form of bonding the hair can act like a faux knot. As we know, with curly hair, it tends to coil up on itself and cause knotting. And with single strand knots, your hair is prone to knot even furthermore. So it just increased the intensity of the knotting. So your hair just coils up into one big knot. So this type of process or procedure isn't really, in my opinion, isn't really good for coily hair. Now, for a straight haired person who does not have any kink or curl or maybe a slight wave, their hair is mostly worn straight. And this can act as a benefit because now that split end is now cut away or broken off and a band-aid is applied as the stub at the end of the hair can just continue growing. And since the hair is not curly, you're not gonna expect for single strand knots to form in a sense because the hair is naturally straight. So no, I will not be doing this procedure or method of eliminating split ends on my sister's hair. I'm grateful that she had a bundle of her shed hair already concealed and processed into a bundle that I use for this process. So that was really good. But other than that, I'm not gonna try it on her healthy hair that's attached to her head. No ma'am, no thank you. All right, so thank you guys for watching up until this point. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Put your thoughts and opinion about this process. Down below in the comment section, please put your thoughts and opinions and maybe ideas of what other videos you might want to see next. Thank you guys for watching throughout this whole tedious, strenuous process. And until next time, bye.